Yep, once again I apologize. I haven't been active on this channel because I work full time and it's a bit of a bummer, but that's just the reality of the situation. But when all the craziness, the pandemic started, I made you a promise. I promised you guys that I would cover a lot of movies that I always intended to cover on this channel. And I also started to review some of my all-time favorite TV shows, like Sons of Anarchy. I started marathoning through Buffy the Vampire Slayer. And yeah, season 3 will be up. I don't know when, but it will be up at some point in time because these videos actually take quite a bit to make. But you know what? Recently I rewatched one of my all-time favorite action movies and one of the greatest action sequels of all time. And that is Die Hard with a Vengeance. So now let's just talk about it. And I know you're probably asking yourself, bro, where's Die Hard 2? Where's Die Harder? Well, I was saving that one. I think I'm going to cover Die Hard 2 probably around Christmas, because it's also a Christmas movie. I do have a lot of things to say about this one, but now let's just get into it. It's a very hot summer, and Die Hard with a Vengeance is a perfect movie for a hot summer. Now, Die Hard 3 or Die Hard with a Vengeance really changed the concept of the Die Hard movies because, honest to God, I am not the biggest fan of Die Hard 2. Die Hard 2 is to me the Home Alone 2 of Die Hard movies. It's basically the same movie all over again. It's even self-aware that it is a copy of the first one, but it's not as good or as engaging as the first one. Die Hard 3, however, oh my god, they changed everything about it. It's no longer a Christmas movie. It doesn't take place in winter. This time around, we see John McClane in New York City, and he is at his lowest low. He's a drunk now. His wife, Holly, left him and took the kids. So lo and behold, there's this terrorist out there detonating bombs in New York City, and he specifically wants to talk to Mr. McClane. He hazes him and he sends him on numerous tasks, wants him to perform numerous riddles and assignments, and he plays a game called Simon Says with him. And if he does not abide by his rules, he will detonate even more bombs. And the first thing he makes John McClane do is go to Harlem with a very extremely offensive sign. I'm not gonna show it because YouTube is probably gonna give me a copyright strike, but hey, I didn't make the sign, it's in the film. He has to wear a racially offensive sign. That's all I'm saying. And this is where we're introduced to Samuel L. Jackson's character, Zeus. And Zeus thinks that John McClane is a racist due to the sign. But very soon, these two get along. And you know what? It's so cool to see Samuel L. Jackson being on the same level of awesomeness as John McClane. He's not just your typical sidekick. The two of them actually complete each other, and they have amazing banter, and that is probably the best thing about this film. The terrorist Simon sends both of them on more dangerous quests and tasks, and if they don't oblige, he threatens to blow up a school. And this is where we have a great twist, because watching the second film, you're like, how likely is it that the same shit happens to John McClane twice in a row? That doesn't make sense. In part 3, there's a reason behind it, because the terrorist Simon is actually Simon Gruber. Yeah, he is Hans Gruber's brother, the guy that John McClane threw out of a fucking window in the first one. So yeah, he's coming after McClane with a vengeance, as the title suggests. But just like his brother, he has his very own goals, his very own motivations. He's actually after gold. Yeah, once again, he just wants to get rich. But killing John McClane is life having its little bonuses. That's literally how he puts it. And you know what? Jeremy Irons, perfect villain. That's an amazing villain. He is so good, and in a way, he's even better than Alan Rickman, because Alan Rickman had this master plan. Carefully planned, amazingly executed, but John McClane foiled every little tiny aspect of that plan in the first film. This time around, however, it's the other way around. Every single time you think Sam Jackson and Bruce Willis are succeeding, Simon has another ace up his sleeve, and he mentally tortures these guys, which is funny because, yeah, this movie has terrific action sequences, in particular, all the stuff that happens underground, like at a subway station, and the terrific elevator sequence. You remember Captain America the Winter Soldier? When Cap took out a bunch of Hydra agents? Yeah, that scene was stolen from Die Hard with a Vengeance, because that is where John McClane kills a lot of fake cops, and it's one of the best scenes in the entire franchise. But what is so spectacular about this film is the fact that it's not as action-driven. It's really plot-driven and character-driven. And since these movies are my favorites, how can I say no? But I gotta talk about Jeremy Irons once more. First time we see him, he's slick, he's wearing a suit, and he reminded me of his brother. But later on, we see him in a tank top like this, and I'm always like, am I the only one that thinks of Jean-Claude from the Street Fighter film? Come on, come on. I can't be the only one. Overall, this movie is phenomenal. Samuel L. Jackson as Zeus is great. John McClane, in a way, is even better than he was in the first film. This movie is bigger, and very often when you hear bigger, you think, oh god, it's not gonna be better, because bigger doesn't equal better. Look at Avengers Age of Ultron. Look at most action sequels. They always think we gotta be bigger because bigger equals better. And this time around, however, it is bigger and it works. Do I think that this movie is better than the first one? No. Because of the finale. Because Die Hard, the first one, has one of the most amazing final confrontations. When John McClane finally meets Alan Rickman, aka Hans Gruber, it's just delicious. In this film, there's a tacked-on sequence where John McClane fights Simon Gruber in a helicopter, and it's my least favorite sequence in the entire film because everything leading up to it was amazing. And you can really tell why this scene bothers me, because I just recently rewatched it on Blu-ray, and if you see the deleted scenes, you realize that there is actually an alternative ending. And in the ending, Simon wins. John tracks him down and kills him. He plays a game of John Says with him. That is epic. They didn't use that for the theatrical version, but it is there. It's on the Blu-ray, so yeah, get the Blu-ray or look it up on YouTube. I think it's on YouTube. Overall, I love this movie. It is one of the greatest action movies in my humble opinion because John McTiernan, he just knew what he was doing. He was such a great storyteller. He was an amazing action director, but he was also a great storyteller. He proved that with Predator, he proved that with Die Hard, and he proved that with Die Hard with a Vengeance, because that is a sequel that's actually worth a damn. It's an action sequel that doesn't suck. It's an action sequel that is phenomenal. And you get the summer vibes. You really feel sweaty and disgusting because John McClane is performing all these tasks while having a massive hangover and while being sweaty and disgusting. I love this movie. I watch it every single summer, and if you have not seen it yet, I urge you to do so because this movie, just like the first and just like Predator, is a classic among classics. Die Hard with a Vengeance gets the gold medal. Yeah, it's not as good as the first one, but it's still amazing. And it absolutely succeeds in what it was trying to do. It changed the concept, it established a sidekick without being an annoying sidekick, but actually an amazing character. It had a great villain, it had a great John McClane once again. The soundtrack was back, everything worked to a T, and every single time I watch it, I have a big smile on my face. So Die Hard with a Vengeance, do you like it? Do you hate it? Let me know in the comment section below. And thank you guys, as always, for watching. If you like what you see here and want to see more, then just subscribe.